GMG, in partnership with Matchmycolor, would like to introduce you to the next generation of color management tools designed specifically for the unique needs of packaging clients and supply chain partners. This short presentation will cover the problems with existing color management methods, an introduction to OpenColor, an introduction to Matchmycolor and Colibri, and a view of your next packaging color management workflow. Traditional color management is based on press-optimized printing methods, and we all know how this works. We start with a press condition, and we create a fingerprint of the exact situation or the exact configuration of the press. We print some charts. We send these charts upstream for proofing profiles. We make design profiles in pre-press and then push those profiles into Creative. Creative then builds the job with those profiles embedded, and hopefully when we get back on press, it looks like the fingerprint, and that's how we started. The packaging business is product optimized, not press optimized, and therefore doesn't fit the existing color management method very well. What we have now is we have a press condition that's defined by spot colors and overprinting spot colors and very specific configurations that have been optimized for the package. And then we take this arbitrary ink and setup condition and push it upstream into proofing and pre-press. We really don't know how to predict the press at this point, and we don't know how to take this information and share it with the creative process for use in creating the package design in the first place. So we have a situation where the product optimized requirements of packaging don't fit the press optimized methods of traditional color management. Let's look at an example of a product optimized package. This little orange juice carton is using 7 inks, and none of them may be standard inks. We have cyan, magenta, yellow, and black, but they could be altered. We have juicy blue, orange, and green. And as you can see in this particular example, we have places where we're printing with all 7 colors in the continuous tone elements to extend the gamut and make the separations have more visual impact. We're also going to use these same spot colors in other builds, like in the text and line work areas, where we're taking green and yellow to produce a new green that is a line work color. So this product has been optimized for visual impact and appeal, but is clearly arbitrary from a press standpoint. Packaging proofing is very difficult because of the arbitrary inks and overprinting spot colors created by the demands of packaging. And the color management methods traditionally used do not really fit the needs of packaging. So let's review the problems related to traditional press-optimized color management methods. This is inherently inflexible to press room changes driven by the package design elements. They're tied to expensive proprietary fingerprints. The demands of educated packaging clients will not be met with lab-based technologies, and that's because there's a lack of ink control and ink quality assurance with LAB. There's a poor metametric analysis and behavior on shelf under different lighting conditions with these methods. They're very substrate specific and inflexible about substrate changes or alterations, and is inherently cannot be predictive. Now we'd like to introduce you to GMG OpenColor. GMG OpenColor goes beyond the limitations of current color management methodologies as discussed previously. OpenColor allows the printing process to be arbitrary and provides predictive modeling of future press behavior, eliminating the bond to expensive fingerprinting. What is OpenColor? OpenColor is actually a mathematical algorithm that uses spectral ink data plus printing process parameters to predict the overprint behavior of offset, flexographic, and gravure printing processes. OpenColor proofing is the first implementation of this exciting new algorithm. OpenColor provides overprint prediction of multiple inks. OpenColor is based on spectral reference data. It models ink to substrate behavior. It models ink opacity and surface coatings. It supports more than 10 colors deep. There are presently color models for offset, flexographic, and gravure printing systems. And it draws on many years of GMG research in these disciplines of printing. OpenColor is database driven. Since we're not tied to charts, we're tied to ink data, we can now create profiles directly from an ink database. The OpenColor internal database allows users to categorize their ink data according to the process used, like offset, flexo, or gravure, the substrates used, the process parameters, ink trap, analox configuration, all of the specifics of their printing processes. And the same ink data can be used to produce different profiles based on the setup required by the specific package. So once a set of inks are entered into the database, they can be reused in future configurations where some changes to the press setup may occur. This breaks the bond to proprietary fingerprinting. OpenColor can also access third-party ink databases. During this presentation, we'll discuss how OpenColor connects to Matchmycolor Colibri and other spectral ink databases as well. OpenColor does include spot color library standard. However, the specifics of our packaging business will generally require actual inks on substrates for the best results. OpenColor has the ability to do something called dynamic profiling. Dynamic profiling creates profiles from PDF files. It can do this with no manual intervention. It has completely seamless integration with GMG colorproof and can automatically process dynamic press conditions from internal or external ink databases. This provides an accurate view of the impact of press setup variables. We'll talk more about the impact of dynamic profiling later in this presentation. So to summarize, OpenColor is a new algorithm that predicts the overprint behavior of offset, flexo, and gravure printing processes. OpenColor can create profiles for more than 10 ink channels. Supports dynamic profiling from ink databases. Provides unrivaled proofing accuracy of spot channels and overprints. And supports access to third-party spectral ink databases. The next part of this presentation is an introduction to Matchmycolor. For the next few minutes, we'd like you to think about color from a brand's perspective. We call this brand-centric or brand-facing color accuracy. During this introduction, we will discuss how to create a brand standard and what a brand standard is, process-dependent standards and how they fit into printed products, the Matchmycolor plugin that's introduced today at InfoFlex, and brand-facing quality assurance. To start, creating a brand standard with Matchmycolor Colibri. In the case of the orange juice box, we have 3 brand colors. The master standard will define these three brand colors by their ideal spectral values with very tight tolerances. From this master standard, we're now going to create a process-dependent standard. The process-dependent standard represents the closest match possible to the master standard for a given process on a specific substrate. So in the case of the orange juice box, this is printed flexo on paperboard. We're also going to include its dot gain properties, the spectral values, and also information about the process itself, how it's printed, the CMYK properties, and the surface coatings too. We can have multiple process-dependent standards. So in the previous case, we have the brand colors defined. I can use the process-dependent standard for the orange juice box, but I can also make another product, in this case on flexible film, and the values of this process-dependent standard may be different than the values for the paperboard product because of the limitations of the printing process, the substrate used, and other requirements of that particular package. So the master standard drives the creation of all of the process-dependent standards. Once the process-dependent standards are in place, we can use the new Matchmycolor Illustrator plugin to connect these colors directly to the design itself. The plugin allows logging into the cloud-based Colibri to pull the spectral colors from the process-dependent standard into Illustrator and then add those to the Illustrator palette. You can see on the left the color swatches. Now we have the juicy orange, green, magenta, black, blue are all added to the Illustrator palette that we can now design the package with the actual brand specification colors. When the design is created with the Matchmycolor plugin and the colors are embedded within the file, the PDF file can then be printed to GMG Colorproof, which will in turn log on to GMG OpenColor. OpenColor will then connect to the cloud database Colibri, pull down the color specifications, make a dynamic profile, and automatically print a color accurate proof via Colorproof on your proofing system. In addition to re-engineering the design and proofing workflow, Matchmycolor and Colibri perform other important functions in the brand-centric color specification business. In this case, we're going to talk about report cards. We have the process-dependent standard for the box. We're going to now push this product into the press room with certain press specifications. While the job is being run on the pressman logs into the cloud-based Colibri and measures control strips into Colibri in real time. Colibri then provides real-time press guidance to assure that the various products being produced are produced according to the specifications of the process-dependent standard. And this can happen in as many sites as needed around the world at the same time. In addition, compliance report cards are printed, which are tied back to the process-dependent standard and provide for the brand complete quality assurance that the final product meets the specifications set forth within the process-dependent standard. So to summarize Matchmycolor, Matchmycolor can define the master brand colors with their optimal spectral color specifications. From these master brand colors, the customer defines the process-dependent standards, which sets the target spectral ink values and tolerances, the printing process and media specific parameters needed to produce the final product. The Matchmycolor plugin connects brand specifications to Illustrator, and the resulting PDF file, when printed to colorproof, will automatically create a dynamic profile with OpenColor to the Colibri ink specifications defined within the process-dependent standard. The Colibri cloud-based solution also directly connects to the press room and provides compliance verification to the standard as the job is being produced. It can provide recommendations to press operators to achieve press compliance and generates report cards from the production runs anywhere in the world. For the final part of this presentation, we will discuss a package life cycle and how this new technology redefines the way color-accurate packages are produced. Let's discuss the new workflow of our brand package. This package starts with some specifications that define the production of the box. We're also going to set up the process-dependent standard that determines the color specifications for the entire production. And Colibri is going to help us manage these specifications as a process-dependent standard. The Matchmycolor plugin is going to give us the ability to now add these brand colors directly to the Illustrator palette from the Colibri database and embed these colors within the Illustrator file. When the PDF file is printed to GMG Colorproof recognizes the embedded Colibri tags, logs on to OpenColor, and OpenColor then pulls from Colibri the product specifications and color specifications for this job. OpenColor then makes a dynamic profile with the unique press conditions and produces a proof automatically with GMG Colorproof and OpenColor. The proof and separations are sent to the converter. The converter prints the job, measures the output of the press, and inputs the parameters into Colibri, which compares that to the process-dependent standard. The report card is created and sent back to the brand. So to summarize, GMG OpenColor is a new predictive modeling algorithm that predicts overprint behavior of offset, flexo, and gravure processes from spectral ink data. It can create profiles for more than 10 ink channels, provides unrivaled proofing accuracy of spot channels and overprints, supports dynamic profiling on the fly from spectral ink databases, supports access to third-party ink databases. Matchmycolor Colibri defines standards and tolerances for brands. The plugin is used to select real brand colors for designs as the product is being created. This provides process-specific spectral values for the packaging products, which are then compared and analyzed in the report card for compliance verification. OpenColor, Colorproof, and Colibri together provide next-generation integration of print specifications and proofing accuracy, and provide the foundation tools for emerging extended gamut packaging applications. Thank you, and welcome to the world of OpenColor.